Yeah. I like that intro, Eric. Whoa. We're going to start the show like that now. Good evening, every one person that's out there watching at this particular point in time. I hope you're doing well. If you wouldn't mind just saying hello in the actual comment section so we know that you're here. All three of you. So one or two or even a
hello.
Say hello in the comment section.
You're looking
hello.
for?
Is it this you're looking for? La, 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 la.
Hello.
Right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Simply Spooky. And this evening, we are going to be talking about ghostly girlfriends, boyfriends, and partners. As if it wasn't bad having one living, you've got one that's going to follow you around forever. Right. Hi, you Mort. I hope you're doing well, buddy. So first, I want to go round the actual campus that I'm looking at and see how everybody is. Viv, how are you doing? How was your week? How are you?
Been busy. Busy.
I've been busy. I've been busy. You've been busy for the past year, really.
Oh, it doesn't stop. I did have a few days off, as you knew, and I went to Transylvania, but I just came back even more knackered, so I shouldn't have gone in the first place, maybe.
That is true. Right, Parker, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you for a bit. How you doing? How's things?
Yeah, I'm good. Moved into my new place, so we
very nice as well. Very good.
Very got good. The dog to annoy us.
I'm good. Moved into
But, yeah, I've passed my exam, so yes.
Jolly good. Congratulations. Excellent, bud. Yeah. Young Lo, how are you doing?
All the better to see you all.
Don't lie.
Yeah, she's completely
lying. All right, sorry, I'll do it properly. Good to see you, Viv and Eric. And you two tosspots, well, I suppose I'll have to like use for in there.
That's the old ginger scrote we've all come to love. Right.
Oh,
don't tell everybody.
We have a request. I'm going to send somebody a link, and I know you guys won't mind.
Oh, please don't. Is it?
Please. It's not Wild Bill, is it?
Bill?
No, it's a lovely surprise.
Is it? Is it Mark?
Got to love him.
It might be.
I hope so.
You have to wait and see. Oh my God.
It is.
You talk about yourselves.
Right. Well, you know me. I'm good looking. I'm 35. I'm unattached. I'm single, ready to mingle, looking very crumpet out there, the fancy some, and I'm good looking. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to shatter your illusions and dreams, ladies. I am spoken for. And, I know that may break a lot of hearts out there, but you know, you just got to get used to it. Anyway.
Oh my God. Like, what the actual...
Say, how are you? How are you, young Eric? I'm sorry I missed you out. It's very rude of me. I got pushed one crest of wave by old ginger breath there.
Right. Down there.
Up yours, that kid.
That's not Eric.
That's Eric.
Yeah.
Parker, how does your dog like... Oh, no, that's Rita. Parker, how does your dog like your new place?
She's not with us.
Oh, please.
No.
There you go. But anyway, so everybody's doing well, yes?
Yep.
Who's going to start this off? Right. Ghosty girlfriends, ghosty boyfriends, and both ghosty partners. I can't relate to this because, yeah.
No, I can't, to be fair, but...
Well, that was an amazing chat this week, guys. Thanks ever so much. Come back next weekend and we want to talk about something else.
See you next time.
What about you, Lo?
Well, I can't relate, but I've seen stories recently and it's coming up and up more as people saying I'm having sexual relations with ghosts. Not me, by the way, not me personally. But there's a lot of people saying that. I think one actually went on this morning and said about having sexual relations with ghosts and how they're going to have a ghost baby. Don't even ask me how that's fucking possible. Hi guys. But I just think, you know, the world. It takes the world, you know, the world is going round, you know, there's people also claiming to have sexual attraction to objects, you know, and if that's their thing, I'm no banging that, ken what I mean? But no, personally, I mean, how do you fall in love with a ghost? I mean,
Well, I
No,
did
did
once.
you-
I did
is it
once
did you
fall in
say
love
you're
with a
not-
ghost,
No,
but it didn't
did
take
you-
me long to see through her.
Hang on. No, did you say that you were not banging that? Because not banging that means something different.
Then you fucked my joke up.
listen,
Sorry.
I
She
learned,
said you weren't banging it.
I learned something today that I don't really want to repeat, but yeah, it's because of the way I say it, like Scottish. It's the Scottish in me. I can't remember.
Look, I'm actually surprised, though, that you haven't had a ghost boyfriend because you've had about everything else.
Yeah, but she's not banging it though.
Oh, listen, you big fucking tart up there. Sorry, I was
I
quite
don't get along with
severe.
Minnie because you got a dose of spectral crabs.
I caught it for you. I caught the crabs for you.
Right. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, go
You're
on,
not
Lo.
sorry, you wanker.
Go on, Lo. Tell me, how did it go?
Well, would you believe I was walking like John Wayne for the week?
Right, let's get some sense, Eric.
What about me?
Yes, you. What do you think of this whole ghosty girlfriends?
I've seen so far is that one lady that wanted to marry that pirate ghost or whatever. So she had a picture of Johnny Depp as a pirate. I'm like, really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, a succubus and incubus, yeah. I can kind of guess I can relate to people suffering with those kind of energies. But as far as spectral, I don't know. I just don't know.
So throughout centuries in history, there have been reports of people going to the temples, getting in, working themselves up into frenzies, doing their little hoodoo voodoo, whatever you want to call it, celebrating their deities, whatever it may be, and then having sex with ghosts or spirits.
You had a good theory about pelvic floors, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Which I think is good.
This is not something that is new with the woman marrying the pirate and things like that. This has been going on through centuries, and with each individual continents and tribal and non-tribal and all sorts. So my question to you guys, if this has been going on for millennia, is it a mental health thing? Is it something that they're sort of trying to bring into the religion to control people?
Oh my God.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
You all right?
Yeah,
Like, Aleister Crowley, I will mention him because he would have orgies and things like that as part of his ritual. And then these people may be having relations or girlfriends or boyfriends of the spirit kind that are not there. Is that a mental thing? So are people just mental, or is this thing
I'll be
actually
honest with you.
happening?
I think drugs are a very powerful thing, to be honest with you. And I think a lot of those ceremonies were probably carried out under some sort of narcotic. We know that a lot of the ancients used to use narcotics, right the way to the Mayans, right the way to the Americans, right the way to even sort of cultures like the Saxons and the Vikings and the Celts.
Yeah,
And obviously, when
I
they
hear
took
Lois
this
say she's
spirit
going to bang one
venture,
out.
that
yeah,
was
she's
it.
banging.
I thought I heard that because I was
Always
just
knocking
walking
one
around.
out. She's ginger Harry.
Well, yeah, you would use that, wouldn't you? Anyway.
I did just that. That's why I'm showing you for proof.
Was
How
it
far will she go?
It was. That's fine.
I'm sorry, I saw the when when you guys were talking about the one this morning and that. I have to say, like, you're right. Aleister Crowley, he used all that stuff. He used sex magic. There's a lot of energy and power used in sex magic, and there's a lot of places use sex as a device to build up the energy and get the power out. However, going on to this morning and saying, "Yes, I'm fucking a pirate."
The thing I think people, the thing as well, I think with
It was the best sex ever, apparently.
Well,
people seem to
apparently
get
wanted
with
the
sex
vibrator,
magic.
so-
There's also a lot of physical abuse goes on with some of that stuff,
Yes.
and it's very human as opposed to it being spiritual. But as
I just
Going back to what Bob said, right? I think sometimes it can be mental health, but again, the world's evolving all the time. So it's like the world's changing. So there's look at the amount of people now that are saying they love trees, they marry their dogs and cats and everything else.
That is definitely mental health.
Everybody likes pussy, but that's just like an extreme.
So, Eric, this is going to embarrass you. Okay, so I have this theory. So those that are a little bit prudish or a little bit sort of, oh, I don't need to know that, mute now, or not mute, just
switch off.
Turn the volume down for 5 minutes. So
I see loads of ghosts in her house now.
So women are quite sexual creatures, and especially when they're going through certain periods of their life. And whether they were taught this, whether it's something that they stumble across, don't like it, it's easy to blame a ghost. But women find it difficult to climax. So some women, sex therapists, things like that come into play. Right.
I don't care if women have trouble climaxing. I don't care.
Dan, stop it.
It's not about them.
There's this
I think I might know your problem, mate.
So there's this thing that women can do because of the way that their genitalia is, and it's sometimes it is an involuntary action, and sometimes if you're on certain medication, it can make you do that. I remember Prozac was one. And some women know that they're doing it and do it to get their rocks off. But basically, what this is an exercise that, especially if you've had children, the doctors will talk about it and they will tell you to do your pelvic floor. So if you imagine a woman's punani and she's doing this herself, right? So you do this. Some women she could be like asleep doing it, involuntary, it just happens.
You ever watch Predator like that?
Anyway, and then she ends up having a full-blown orgasm. Is that her having relations or carnal relations with the ghost? No, it's not. It's the woman doing it to herself. She might be in a situation where she shares a house or there's people around her or she's embarrassed. It's easier to blame the ghost. I've been raped by a ghost than to actually look at what she's doing to herself.
The entity.
So
how would you prove that at a court of law?
You couldn't.
No, you can't, can you? So
you can't get no DNA off the ghost, can you?
No, ectoplasm.
I'm just going to clean my camera. Sorry, guys.
That's a little fun.
What do you think about that, Lo?
It's true what Viv's saying, right? It is true, right?
You've seen the faces you pulled.
It's a woman's secret, but
I've noticed this when you've been talking.
There's a ghost there under the duvet now.
So you should do it again.
I can't wait. Right, I don't even know if a train of thoughts went somewhere else. Thank you, boys.
Welcome.
What about these drugs where women were taking? There was a form of antidepressant, and when they sneezed, not wee themselves, but they would go into orgasm, or when something would. Do you remember that, Dan?
I'll be honest with you, Viv. You lost me when you said about women being very sexual, because none of the ones I've fucking met are.
Yeah, back the wrong tree.
Or at least they stop being as soon as they've met me.
Well, you know why the vibrator was invented, don't you? In all seriousness.
Go on.
There was a doctor that invented it in the turn of the 19th century to treat women with hysteria. And literally, women cottoned on to, why is Lois going, look at these! And literally,
wait, my camera,
women cottoned on to the fact that this was out there. and they go, oh, and the husband would march them off to the doctors, and the doctor would literally go underneath with this thing until they had an orgasm, and then they were like, I feel better now, thank you, until next week, you know?
Oh, see. So I had a girlfriend, so she must have used it wrong, because the first time I gave it to her, she knocked all her teeth out.
But Bryce says that tantric sex is something that men could do too.
Look at Sting.
Tantric, I don't know. I've not worked out sex yet. Tantric or other.
You prefer tea and biscuits, Dan?
Eh?
You prefer tea and biscuits?
I'd rather tea. You can keep your punani. Just get me a fucking Yorkshire tea bag and I'm happy. A bit of hot water, Yorkshire tea bag and a couple of digestives. Lovely.
Yeah, I'll have to explain that one.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, sorry, I wonder what the hell was on my camera. It's a bloody fly. Piss off.
Was that a fly?
Yeah.
I never seen that.
Fucking massive. It's like Jeff Goldblum.
It's only about that bloody big.
What about people that live in haunted houses? And a mental way of dealing with it is to refer to the spirit or the entity in the house as your boyfriend or girlfriend. Oh, don't worry about that. It's the girlfriend.
That would be my sense of humour.
I'm stumped. I'm not saying people aren't having these experiences, and I'm not saying that they're not. I'm not saying that some of them aren't genuine. You know, I did an investigation once, and it was in a pub, and the landlord was in there, and there's a few of them. They went up. It was only a couple young guy at the time. I think it was his dad that owned this pub, and this pub was particularly known and renowned for a haunting. And quite aggressive stuff went on in there. And the girl slept up in the bedroom with this guy. She slept on the floor. And I think there's about 7 or 8 of them that slept up in this bedroom. And she dreamt that she got sexually attacked during the evening or the early hours of the morning. And then when she thought, well, that's just a dream, but it seemed vivid. And then when she went to the bathroom to have a shower, her underwear was torn and she was all scratched around her ass and her back and everything. Now, I don't know whether somebody physically interfered with her during the night, but you can't exactly say that, can you? Or whether it was the energy or not. But I know the guy that said that he'd had
beautiful
similar stuff
I'm in love.
himself in there, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. It's a hard
Candy
call.
goes.
Right, there you go.
Could we manifest those scratches ourselves? Because I had an interesting conversation with someone that suffered from not sleep apnea. What's that thing called when you go to sleep and your brain wakes up before you do? What's that called?
Oh yeah, hypnagogic, isn't it? Hypnopompic.
Anyway,
Sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
So in sleep paralysis,
yeah.
can't even say that.
Paralysis.
He dreamt that there was somebody on top of him and he couldn't move. And he ended up going to the hospital and going to their sleep clinics and things. But while he was in the sleep clinic in the hospital and he had to spend the night there, he had an episode of sleep paralysis. But this time he ended up with scratches that came from nowhere. So we know that he's not in a haunted hospital and something's coming on him and scratching him. The question, they couldn't explain it. It was left as a mystery. But the doctor did turn around and say to him, and this was actually my ex-boss, that during sleep paralysis, maybe his body had manifested these scratches. Is that something, do you think that is possible? That we could do that?
You know what? We don't know what the human mind's capable of, do we?
Exactly.
Yep.
We've got no idea what the brain is capable of, the human mind. We don't. I mean, I'm sure you guys have done it as well. You go to bed, you're perfectly fine. You wake up next morning, you've got scratches on your back or on your legs. And you think, well, hang on, I didn't do that.
That's normally when my other half's here.
And that's it. I'm thinking, is it while I'm asleep? Is she rolling and scratching me or what have you? Or am I catching myself with my own foot? Are my toes doing it?
No, I just generally lie there and go, take me! You know, I'll say sleep paralysis. I mean, I've had it once. And when I woke up, I knew what it was. And it was weird as hell. Everything was sepia. I could only move my eyes. But when you look at documented cases of it, and it originally, the whole stigma of it comes from the young priests of Ireland when they're at the seminaries. And literally, I think that's the only way that they could explain them having naughty dreams and waking up. Lord Jesus, Father, I pooped from
yeah.
there. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
That's the only way that they could explain that and go, oh, just say 3 Hail Marys, you'll be all right.
Yeah, definitely.
XSAS originally trained as a seminary. At a seminary and was going to be a priest, but because he battered somebody and it took 3 people to pull him off, he decided to leave. But he was telling me about all this, and it's banged into them. Oh, I said it there. Banged into them. It's dirty. It's horrible. It's disgusting. You cannot do this. So were these guys having lucid dreams, like proper lucid dreams, and then and maybe even going so far as to ejaculate, and then
it's normal, isn't it? It's normal,
and then having to explain it.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Stop the show. Stop the show. Dan. Oh, no. Sorry. Hang on. Not that one. Hang on, Dan. Ready?
Oh, Chantel, I love your sexy smell. It makes me want to scream at you. I think you're really hot. I sniff in your old butt. I think it's really cool, Chantel.
Hi, Chantel.
But as I was going to say, you guys have probably experienced it yourself. I've had that where I've woke up and my mind is.
The skunk on.
Yeah, that's what woke me up. That's what knocked me back out again.
Yeah.
But the
it knocks you back out again.
Yeah, I woke up. It was hard. And then bang, knocked me out again. But I think the thing is that with the sleep paralysis, I've had it where I woke up and I've been looking. My eyes have been moving, but physically I couldn't move. And then I caught up with myself, and then literally in seconds, it felt like a couple of seconds. It might
was
not
it
be
sepia? Did it look like sepia, like a weird light?
You know what? It was dark. The lights were out and that, so I don't. It could have been, but it was dark anyway where I was.
Lights
and then another one I had as well.
That's just every week
talking of the power of the human mind. Has anybody ever had this where they've been laying in bed and it's very vivid? I looked down on myself.
No.
Yeah, you know
never
what?
Had that?
Her body.
Yeah. Have you had it?
Yep.
It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever had. It's like you spun 180 and you're actually looking down at yourself, so you're like face to face with yourself, further back.
That's where you get ectoplasm from.
My boyfriend is a ghost, and what's that? He's going to put a finger in your bum. It's not rape if it's done by a dead person, right? That absolutely.
Tickle the prostate.
It's not rape if it's done by somebody who's dead.
Oh my God.
Right.
Do you reckon Jimmy
out of body experience? Yeah, exactly, Bobby. Exactly, Bobby. Now, I don't know if that was a sleep thing or whether I was actually experiencing something. I don't know. I would think it was probably sleep.
It could also be, right, when we're talking about people having ghosts, like for boyfriends, partners, and things like that, it could be a lot to do with their self-esteem. Like they want to feel loved. So if they can't, meet somebody, maybe their confidence is really low.
My daughter who's getting married on Saturday.
Hey, congratulations! Good luck.
Hey, I'll see you Saturday. I got an invite.
So it might be a thing to boost their confidence if they're not finding love. You know, people maybe feel, and I always make a joke here. It's called
necrophilia and it's illegal. Not if there's no body, no evidence.
Exactly.
No
exactly.
It's with body.
But okay.
Maybe that's a way to build their self-esteem is by saying they have a ghost boyfriend or a ghost girlfriend. Or plus, there's advantages to having a ghost boyfriend and girlfriend. You don't get nagged.
It's easy for me to point the finger and say people are mental, but unless
apparently that ghost is going to point the finger on you, mate.
Well, exactly. But the thing is, right now prostate joy. And now the thing is,
I would. Sorry, I know I keep interrupting. I would love to see Dan.
no, I'm just thinking that was. You know what? You gave me pleasure, and I was thinking of prostate.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Can you imagine
Hi,
if you
Paul.
last
Well,
night,
buddy.
you know, when it got heated with everybody, and you just suddenly went,
Hey! Yeah, I don't know. It's an odd one, isn't it?
Well, let's
Eric,
go
what was you going to say?
for a while. You know, just that old couple, you know, that like say I get to be 80 and Rita gets to be 80 something, and she dies before I am, and she's a ghost and she's just living with me. I don't want to move on to like marry somebody else at that age. You know, I've seen many stories of couples living till they're 80, 90 years old. One dies and the ghost's still there, the spirit's still there.
So the question is, are they still doing it at 80?
Well, no, I mean, it's just not even.
How do we know?
bloody will
Well,
be,
you
I'm
don't.
telling you.
Even sex.
Viagra via a drip.
Closeness that somebody
Imagine what a waste, though. You come back, right? You go to the great beyond.
Hello, Ghost.
You come back through the veil. You come back through. You got all these mysteries and all this wonderful information in your head, and all you want to do is sit on the edge of your bed and wank your husband off. Tell me what it's like on the other side, love. No, hang on. I'll just give you one off here. Give me a minute.
There's a fake
There's plenty of time to find out what the afterlife's like.
She's gone. There's a fake trailer they did for a film.
And
Have you ever seen it?
ectoplasm. There you go, all over the ceiling.
Scary movie. Have you ever seen the fake? They did a fake trailer for a fake film, and it was a ghost that was going around tossing people off, and it was attacking girls, and they were going, "But I haven't got a penis," and it was giving them a penis, and a ghost penis, and tossing them off. And they were going, and it was. I'll have to try and find it and send it to you, but it was a Mickey.
Yeah,
face.
do it,
You turn around and go, look, I'm fucking really enjoying this, but next time lose that sheet. The sheet with holes in it, lose that next time.
Oh, well.
Casper raped me. Can you see it? I can just see it now, can't you? Casper fingered me.
Oh. But it's the thing though. I mean, like Lois mentioned about people that just want to be loved, that are not getting love, or something's happened in there.
There's loved and then there's gloved.
That is true. That is true.
But you know, they're missing something in their lives, or they've had something traumatic happen. So it's easier to just say that.
I'm sorry,
the
love.
ghost. Sorry,
I've
lost it.
You remember, you can't get any love unless you have.
Right, first Slimer was here.
Wait, that's for a different show. That's for a different show.
Oh, God.
And this is why I've never been taken seriously in the paranormal field.
I wonder why.
Which is a shame, because I was going to do a whole talk on it once.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
surely that'd be the same as putting a dildo in the fridge.
It might be. Could they sit on their hands and make them numb? I'd do that sometimes if I pretend somebody else is doing it.
Dad!
Never saw.
How do you think I wore this one out? You seen the episode with Quagmire where he discovered internet porn? I turned around and whoa!
Oh my God!
Damn near ripped it off before I got something.
That would be a challenging wank.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Oh God!
It would be, wouldn't it? Eh?
So, do you think, like in today's day and age, people should be declaring that they've married a ghost, or they've got a ghost boyfriend, or they're having carnal relations with a ghost? Should it be put in the public? Should we be discussing it? Should we just treat it with contempt? What should we do as
Do you know
ghost
what? I
hunters?
think they should keep it, their sex life, keep it themselves. What they get up to in
Yeah.
the bedroom, whether it's spectral or fucking physical, keep it to yourself. Nobody wants to know if you're getting knobbed by a spirit.
Oh,
You know?
God.
What
Oh,
about you,
adorable.
Parker? What do you think?
I don't know.
It's very quiet.
Nobody wants to know.
He's
do
taking
they?
offence to it because you're talking about having sex with a ghost, and I'm like, nobody's touching my ghost.
No, that ghost was lovely.
Nobody wants to hear about your spectral spunking. Nobody wants to hear any of this shit.
What?
Right.
Keep it to yourself.
Right. Go lie down.
I did go down a rabbit hole. I went down many, but not just a
Mate,
rabbit hole.
stop going down rabbit holes because that's bestiality.
Maybe it's a new fetish that we just learned about tonight. Who knows?
I can remember last summer last summer it was on one of the news things. Doctors were warning ladies not to put their vibrators and dildos in the fridge or freezer too long to cool, because apparently it was a new thing about making it cold and then and because it was sticking.
Well,
you know, like when you go on a freezer.
Oh yeah, you start sticking. Well, actually,
they were literally going, oh my god.
Chantel says, "Who the fuck puts a dildo in the fridge?" But I'll bet you somebody I know will be trying it tonight.
I know, Parker, that's terrible. Don't be putting it too close to your wee fanny now.
What if it's got a mains lead or a socket? You know, just
then you don't put it in the
there.
fridge because that's just.
What are we talking about? The ghost or a dildo? I've never heard of a ghost with a mains plug socket on it.
Oh wow!
We've gone down a dark rabbit hole.
That's because you lot are filthy.
Oh hell no! What if a ghost gets fed up with you, right? Whether it be female or male, and goes into your drawer and pulls out a dildo and just says "fuck this" and just like
Actually,
you don't hear about that. You don't hear about that in these poltergeist case where they've gone down the liquor drawer and chucked everything out. Do you? Why is that?
I've got one for you. People can have their loved one's ashes, and it's true, turned into a dildo.
What?
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
No,
I should you know. People can have their loved one's ashes put into the plastic outside of a dildo or a vibrator. I swear down. People are doing that. It started.
You could say, well, he was a prick when he was alive. Now he's a prick. Now he's dead.
Exactly. Started off in America,
exactly.
But it's popular all over the place. But I am sorry, but
that's like a bit like necrophilia, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, get a fleshlight with your partner. No.
Especially if you didn't fancy her much in life. What would you want him in?
You didn't make me come, then you're not fucking doing it now, are
you? Human, you know what? These last couple of years have really unveiled how fucking weird the human race really are.
Yeah,
they really are.
It's the lockdown, isn't it? It's brought out all the fucking weirdos.
It's brought the sickos.
Oh God, Chantel's so dear.
No.
It's true.
There's some right sickos out there that would do it.
Chilly Willy. They are. Yeah, they really are, in it. They really are.
So, shall we clear up this conversation and go down a different rabbit hole?
Yeah. Let's.
But just take a vote. Ghosts, girlfriends, boyfriends. Do you think they could be real or fake? Start with Eric.
It has a lot to do with up here.
I do.
Eric?
I do. But then it's like, oh, sorry, Eric.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I think it has to do with what's mental in your head. I mean, it's whatever you want to believe, I guess.
No?
I think it's to do with people's reality and what they perceive as real and what's not. It kind of takes me back to the Father Ted sketch with Dougal when he makes some dreams in reality. That kind of one.
He's just bored, doesn't he?
Yeah, I've got some advice. I've just remembered. I've got some advice for ladies who have ghost boyfriends. Right, if you're not sure where he is, what you do is you get a couple of those stick-on googly eyes and put it on the tip of his willy. And
yes.
Look around and
yes. And if you tickle him just under the eyes, he'll spit at you.
Ectoplasm, baby. Yes.
So, Parker, do you think it's where do you sit with this? Real or fake?
I think it's fake. I think it's all in the head, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think we're unanimous.
But I think it's in the head. But it's like I say, it's the same with mediums. 1,000 people could tell me they're mediums, and I might not believe a lot of them. But it's hard for me to put a definite no on it because I'm not inside their head, so I don't know what they're experiencing.
Exactly.
So I can't say whether it is. I would think no. I would think it's a mental health thing, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule out everybody who's had those experiences are all. I wouldn't say they're all mental health things. I don't know because as we know, like the entity and stuff like that.
That was proved to be fake.
It's proved to be fake, but there's other things.
Was
Isn't
it?
there? There's that woman who went missing. They never found her, did they? She was not the entity. There's another one, wasn't there? Who said she kept getting raped by a ghost, and then they lost. Don't know what happened to her.
Ghost, you haven't done anything wrong.
Oh, poo-poo.
But yeah, so yeah, that's where I am on it. I would say mental health, but I can't conclusively say.
I reckon drugs, prescription drugs, depending what they are for what mental health problem, plus illegal drugs, plus mental health problems. Put it all together. I mean, shit me, I've just come out of. I was on antidepressants, and I've had lots and lots of counselling because of my son dying and stuff. And I tell you what, some of those antidepressants that I was on screw your head up. If it hadn't been for Rachel pulling me out of it and getting me the proper care and the proper drugs, I mean, I'm back to my old self now, but
I agree.
It's scary what it makes you do and see, and nasty shit out there.
See, there's another thing as well. I always wonder, I wonder, with these drugs, they're causing like hallucinogens and stuff. Is what we're experiencing seeing? Is it that it's a mirage? It's an hallucination, or is it that the veil's lifted slightly, so it's enabling us to see beyond and the reality of something? I don't know.
I've got an experiment for you. Get some magic mushrooms and some Viagra and play Russian roulette. See what happens.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Seriously, take your Viagra, take some magic mushrooms, and then just see what happens, because you're going to be there like that. What are you going to see? Are you going to see ghosts? Are you going to see a horny Bigfoot? Are you going to see your mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law? Are you going to see a chimpanzee in a bikini? What are you going to see? Is that going to affect that?
Well, I used to have a mate who used to do magic mushrooms, not very often, but he did them, and he stopped doing them because he saw what he said to me was a dead woman who walked across the room of his bedroom. She was decomposing, and she was trying to lay next to him and touch him. And he said to me, he didn't go near him because it was too real. He said it was more real than reality. And this is a guy who's like a normal guy, but he wouldn't go near him again. And he'd done a few, but he wouldn't go near him again after that. He said, I don't know.
Oh.
Doom
jar of doom.
Now, we're not going to ask Eric, because this is Eric's fault that we're talking about this tonight.
Viv, why are you doing that on camera after just talking about ghost sex?
I'm shaking up my doom bar. My doom jar.
Doom jar.
Yeah, I'm doomed.
Mark, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
I have one. This is what we're talking about next week.
Da, da, da. Castles in the European Scotland. Awesome.
That'll be good.
I'm not here next week. I'm working, so.
Yeah. Oops. That was my correct.
I won't be able to join you on Tuesday because I'll be taking Rachel back home. Every second Tuesday, I take her back home.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No problem.
Sorry, I had to do the same. Mark, I can't leave my voice. Yeah.
What did you want? Did you want to talk about something else? You said.
Who?
You.
When?
A minute ago, you say you want to change the subject or something.
Shall we steer the
Go
subject
down another
away?
rabbit hole.
Yeah, you seem to have turned into the Dark Mirror radio show somehow.
Let's go down.
Shit we talk about, isn't it?
Let's go down another rabbit hole. Dad, what rabbit hole would you like to go down? Anything related?
One would fit.
This one. Oi, oi.
Hey, pop.
Like Winnie the Pooh when
The
he
mad
can't get
rabbit
out of the
Alaska,
burrow and his
isn't it?
arse is stuck.
Fuck's sake.
Oh.
Oh, there's a fucking squirrel just run along my fence.
It's after your nuts.
He's absolutely nuts.
Yes, we get it, dear. You can make your mouth pop.
What should we talk? I don't know.
What's your squirrel? Red one? Was it ginger?
Not what?
Your squirrel.
Ginger nuts. Hey! Is that what you
Wait,
meant?
leave us gingers out of this.
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a win
See,
double here.
I'm
Look.
glad I've got one.
Do I get a
sticking up
prize for
me.
2 in a row?
What, you got nuts?
Do I get a prize for 2 in a row? 2 gingers.
Okay, Rob's come up with an idea.
Fuck off, Rob. It's my go. No, I'm only joking, mate. You crack on.
Things that go bump in the night, Dan.
We just done that. Spirits that
We're not
won't go
talking
off.
about. We're not about that.
That is true.
Wanks and ghosts.
We were just talking about it.
Oh God!
Where have you been, Rob? We've just been talking about ghosts that help you knock one out at night.
I think he's trying to get over the last half an hour of what we were
Oh, I
saying.
don't blame him. Things that go bump.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Ghosts made me do it. Thank you.
I don't know. Weird noises.
Bless you.
Again,
Right, Mark.
ghosts.
Once a wish, two's a kiss.
Wait,
What?
Three's a disappointment. That's what my gran always told me about sneezes. Once a wish, two's a kiss, and three's a disappointment.
So he's a disappointment.
Somebody, Mark, you pick something. I'm going to pass the buck.
Are you sure about that? Well, all right. Cryptids from mythology. Real.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
One of my subjects.
That's a good idea.
Cryptids, yeah, one of my subjects, cryptids as well.
My theory on Dogman, not Dogman. My theory on Yetis and Yowies and why they're all around the world.
what is your theory?
Again, I'm going to delve into the biblical thing here because I think it could be Nephilim.
Well, my theory is when Pangea, all the continents were just one.
Yeah, it was just one.
And you had Gigantopithecus and all that. Then, when the continents broke up, Gigantopithecus had already emigrated to all these different parts of Pangea. So when it all broke up and went into the different countries, that's why you get them from the far field as the hairy men in Scotland, the hairy men in the Antarctic, the Yowie in Australia, the Bhutan ones, the Himalayan ones, the North American ones, South Americans, and the European ones. So that's my own theory.
No,
What
it's a
about,
theory.
what about in that case? What about
Antarctica
sea
too.
monsters? Sea monsters. So the sea monsters that remained in the sea that never came on land.
Yeah.
And throughout history, there's been stories, songs, people have talked about it where these gigantic octopus or squid or whatever you want to call it had taken ships down. Now, today, they are finding these creatures because some of our oceans are so deep we don't know what's under.
Unbelievably, yeah.
We've only
80% of the ocean's not been.
But they're coming back to the surface. I mean, we've got these extra large crabs that people have caught.
Just don't go with a dirty person. Hello.
Exactly.
But there's the
Fuck you. Your whole bag.
stupidly big creatures that have been coming to the surface. Some of them we don't know. Some of them we think are, they just look like a blob of jelly and something gone wrong that's washed up on the beach. But this has been going back through history where people have claimed that this shipwreck happened because of this, or the Vikings talked about this,
like the
Or
Kraken
the
and
mermaid
stuff like
took
that.
it out. Or
Yeah, the Kraken. There was this 1976, I think it is. I saw this on looking up stuff. There was this giant eel that came up right from the ocean, and I took a picture of it. Everything, and it's big enough to be a sea monster. So you'd think that that falls along the same lines as Nessie and all those kind of creatures.
Well,
I've got one clear.
two
The
things.
Marianas Trench has a
I
layer.
was going to say the Marianas Trench.
Yeah. Has a layer right at the bottom.
I was going to say
We haven't got anything that's physically
no.
capable of penetrating that layer yet. And it's a layer. It's a layer that goes into another load of sea, but it's so far down we can't do it.
Imagine how
There's
cold and
supposed to
dark it
be
is.
blips and noises that come up from this layer that they've recorded of things we've never heard. Could this be where you get the sightings of the megalodon, the
Easily.
kraken, the this, the that, the other? Could that be where you get it from?
Mhm.
I mean, the thing is as well,
They go,
the one
and they
thing
go
I
down
find interesting, I mean, it's only since the 1950s, isn't it, that they've actually discovered things like giant squid.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and giant octopus and stuff like that they never thought existed. And then all of a sudden, fucking lo and behold, which could be the theory behind the Kraken, you know?
Look at Nessie.
But then, what's the point? Look at Nessie. But another thing that surprises me, irrespective of whether they're on land or whether they're in the oceans, as soon as something like that is discovered, it's whisked away.
Yeah.
And it always seems to end up in the museum in America. The what is it, Mark?
The one where they hide everything.
The big, what is it, Eric? The museum in America, the big museum.
Smithsonian.
Yeah.
Everything seems to get drafted to the Smithsonian. I know they recently discovered giant bones, which they believe to be human, in Turkey. And as soon as they discovered them, they were on the internet, and bang, they were gone.
Yeah, look at the coelacanth. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, exactly. Coelacanth. Yeah, exactly.
Well, the Yeti and Champ, I think it is in America. When you've got the sightings of Nessie at certain times of the year, you don't have sightings of Champ.
Exactly.
And then when the sightings of Nessie disappear,
that one's come back up. Yeah.
So is it going through the tunnels and migrating, spawning?
Well, they reckon that Nessie's turned up in Scotland, Ireland. There's been sighting of the same type of creature
in America,
Ireland. Yeah,
there's a lake in America that they've got one. They reckon they've got. I can't think where it is now.
They caught whale sounds in a lake. Okay, now that's impossible.
No, I agree. They've got all the weird and wonderful Nessie things. They crop up all over the world. And the thing is, if you look at the sightings and look at the times of years, you'll get one lot stop and another lot start. And then over on this side of the world, one lot stops, another lot starts. And it does that.
It's like a change of the season, isn't it? So it's a change of their habitualness.
We see me out with Nettie went nowhere.
What are you, Nettie?
Nettie.
We know you're very real, Nettie.
But
So
I'm still
It might be Lake Erie at Bright. It might be Lake Erie. It could very well be.
I'm still in worry that guy that's gave up his life actually gave up his life.
Yeah.
Celtics gave up his job and went to prove about Nessie. Fair play to that guy. Honestly,
there's a guy still there, and they're living in the caravan.
Yeah, he was in the paper a couple of weeks ago. They were just, I think it was more or less to make sure he was still alive, sort of thing. But he's still going, still there.
All credit to him.
That came out there.
Yeah, all credit to him. All credit to him. I do admire
Is that
him.
still the same with?
I'm trying to think what the Irish one's called, because they've got so many different mythical beasts over in Ireland, because I'm Irish. And we did a whole show on them, especially you know about the Twaffa de Nan and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Selkies. They reckon they came in with the and they were their beasts, and that's why we get them.
Yeah, a lot of the mythical creatures you can get back to the Danans, can't you? Really?
They came through with them, but were the Danans precursors? Were they remains of precursors? Yeah, the gods were.
Parker, what was you going to say?
So does like it happen with Bigfoot, like Nessie? So it's just a normal, different seasons. You see a few in Oregon or wherever they are, then they go elsewhere.
I think they're offshoots of families, like we're all together at one point, but then some migrated, kind of like wolves and animals migrate from their pride, to go to different places and mate.
Go on holiday, have a holiday romance.
A Bigfoot gang.
Romance about the ghosts again. See, the thing is, obviously I've worked with animals
everywhere.
I've worked with animals most of my life. So I've studied migratory patterns of things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at them, some of these animals, their numbers have dwindled to such an extent that they thought they were extinct for years until they end up right in the middle of nowhere and all of a sudden they come across one.
Yep.
They now think that the Tasmanian tiger is not extinct. They think that the numbers are starting to rebuild up going in Tasmania.
I just saw have you seen the big doorbell footage of them? They're back. And do you know why they're back?
Yeah.
Because the Australian government, when they're having that purge back in the early 1900s, they took two, like the Ark, they took two of each of the native animals and put them on that island. And they think
wouldn't surprise me. The unfortunate thing is, though, with a number as low as 2, the genetics, the gene pool is going to be so depleted that it's only going to. Do you know that every cheetah we've got on this planet now comes from 2? because their numbers
Oh,
depleted.
wow.
If you end up with one illness, it'll wipe through the lot. We'll lose everything.
Yep.
Because
That's like the
gene pool's not
axolotl,
strong
isn't it?
enough.
The axolotl comes from one lake in Mexico.
In Mexico, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
And there's thousands of them all around the world now.
I love
get rid
them.
of-
I mean, the thing about them, I mean, it's always when nature will find a way, isn't it? The thing with them is if you take them out of the water and you put some, like a thyroid liquid onto them, all of a sudden they'll grow lungs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if
And
you cut their hand off, they grow back.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. They're looking at those now, aren't they? They're looking at, what are the fish? Is it a zebrafish or something? Looking at for regenerating the heart.
Yeah.
Because if they end up with problems at the heart, they can regenerate.
Bill.
Oh, Bill, they can regenerate the
Hi,
heart.
Bill.
Where it was. It's brilliant, brilliant. I'm all for that. I'm all for doing stuff like that. If it helps people, great.
I think my battery's going in my mouse. That's why I keep getting in and out, in, out, in, out, shake it all about.
Who do
You do the hokey pokey.
turn around?
That's what it's
But yeah, no, it's
all
interesting,
about.
isn't it? Migratory patterns and genetics are very interesting.
Sorry, Dan was,
Terribly sorry.
Parker was turning round.
I was able to see that. I was looking at Robert Fulton's put, yeah, they do summer seasons at Blackpool.
Yeah. Oh dear. Right, we have about 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes left. So anything you guys want to say, now's your time.
Dan's an asshole.
They know that. They don't need you.
All right, sorry.
No, wait.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Anybody who wants to
What
join
for?
this on my show, be prepared because it's a bit like the earlier part of this show, but gone mad.
Oh,
I would like to say something, guys. I would like to do a public congratulations to
Thanks.
Parker for passing his exams today. So well done.
Yeah. Did you know what? He can leave school now. He's only 39.
38.
38.
I look like Ken Dodd, apparently.
You did look like Ken Dodd with that haircut the other day. You look like a Ken Dodd. Oh, I was looking for Diddy Men.
Just show Dan your haircut. Show him your haircut.
No,
How
it
short it
looks
is.
really good. It looks good. That was in fashion back in
Hair?
the
What the hell is that? Bastard.
At least it's not ginger.
At least you got here.
Fuck off with the at least
At least it's not
Yeah,
ginger.
that.
do you know
He's got that
something
face
keeping
again.
you?
Have you been doing the old pelvic floor stuff? Because you pulled that face twice since you've been looking at me.
Is that me?
No, her.
Do you know, by the way, Parker, see when you fall asleep, I'm going to dye your hair ginger just to be a prick.
Look, Lo, I know that you fucking can't keep your hands up in your fancy me, but stop touching that pelvic floor area.
Oh,
I can see the smirk on your face.
Has a sense of humor. Yeah.
So let me just quickly tell you guys, tomorrow night that we have a
Wednesday.
special on Wednesday. Tuesday, so Wednesday, tomorrow night, we have a special on Simply the Spooky Show with Viv and Dan. Viv and Dan will not be on tomorrow.
We're handing it over.
We are handing it over to Tony Stactwell and Ria Colon, and there is going to be a medium off tomorrow night. So
What was that name?
Tony Stactwell,
No, the other one.
Ria Colon.
Ria
I
Colon,
thought that's what you said, right? Okay.
Ria Colon, and there's going to be a medium off tomorrow night. These two mediums are absolutely
medium colon.
bonkers.
We were going to
Medium
get, what's his name, Kenny Fry up with chips, but unfortunately, yeah, no, we couldn't get him.
So tomorrow night, I hope you can all join in. It is going to be bonkers.
Unfortunately, I'm going away because I'm going to watch Scooter.
You're going to watch what?
I'm going to the Scooter World Tour.
Nice.
oh.
Nice.
It's my
Nice.
birthday
Nice.
present on the other half. So yeah, I'll be
Enjoy
there.
it. Enjoy.
My shiny head will be bouncing the lasers off.
And on Thursday,
Hey!
There's Eric Pussy. Hello. Round.
Oh,
Thursday night, you've got the
the
Tina
crime
Burner-
show.
Yes, what
Yep.
are you talking about?
I've not even thought of what we're talking about. On Friday though, we've got a special guest. We've got Denise Pridemore. She's coming on Friday, so that will be a good one.
Good.
Yeah, and the Dark Mirror Boys will be back on Monday night as usual.
Yeah.
So
God knows what we'll be talking about, but it'll probably be controversial.
We'll make it.
Oh, last
We'll make
night's show, my God, I was just sat back going,
What was that?
really good show last night. Really enjoyed it.
It was good, wasn't it? It was enjoyable last night.
but yeah, so
I think
yes,
I'll tell you what, though, we need to get rid of Josh because he's just not good looking enough.
yes, for the ladies that want to look at eye candy, tune into the Dark Mirror show
Yeah.
while you're doing your pelvic floor.
But thanks for the plug there.
So, right, we have got 3 minutes left, so I'm throwing it over to you guys. Free for all.
Free for all.
Lois thinks of fish and I think she's got crabs.
Dan got diagnosed with gonorrhea last year. Daniel, don't you talk to me about crabs when you had gonorrhea last year?
I have had gonorrhea, I must admit. Yeah. I've had gonorrhea and syphilis. Yeah, I've had the lot.
Well, cold sores are part of the syphilis virus, aren't they?
They are indeed. They are indeed. And Lois is one big fucking cold sore. I love her, really.
But the thing about it, Dan, is I'll still have a bigger dick than you.
That is very true, actually. That's very... I don't care about that. You know why? Because I don't use mine. Mine's redundant.
I love you, really.
I love you too.
You got anything to say, Parker?
No, I'm all right. I'm chilling. Good.
Are you going for a bit part in Peaky Blinders, Parker?
Why?
How have you got the haircut for it? All you got to say is, ask me. I'm going to fucking slash your face in, you bastard.
What about a big yacht?
Don't you come around here expecting money out of me. I'll fucking shoot you.
Are you by any chance referencing Peaky Blinders?
I am indeed.
Never watched it. Couldn't get on with the accents.
I really liked it.
I liked it.
I really did like it.
I love Peaky Blinders. It's great.
I like the brother. He was mental.
Oh, best one, isn't it?
The one that used to take the cap off and go,
That's it.
I've got.
right, I'll fucking blind you. Gosh.
Fucking have you.
I love you.
Who's the ghost? This ghost.
There you go.
Hey!
It smelled like Victor Mildred.
I don't believe it.
The two bits I always complained about Victor Meldrew is when he picked up the puppy and thought it was a phone, and when he got out in the middle of the night,
that was
had
brilliant.
a foot inside a dead hedgehog.
That was great. Wasn't it the one where they brought a fucking dead body into his house
Yeah.
and they put it in his bed?
Yes.
They didn't realise that it was the funeral directors turned up and they've got the wrong house, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was the one when he was watching the tortoise, and he burnt.
You mean?
I've got
Yeah,
one
that
thing
was
to
good.
say to you, Rob. Boys from the Black Stuff. Geese a
No,
job.
that's
Geese
what
a
that.
job.
I used to love that. Gets a job. That was that was Yossa Hughes, wasn't it? Yossa Hughes. Gets a job.
Yossa.
Great actor.
That was I was a little too young for that. It was a little bit before my time, but
Yeah, I wasn't even born then.
Right, guys, we are going to end it here. We will be back with other shows throughout the week. If not, you can join us on Catch Up. We will be back on Things next Tuesday, unless Jeremy's decided we're too
That is
much for him.
true.
Yeah.
Joe, you might have not been around in the 70s, but your haircut was in the 20s.
Night, everyone.
Night,
Bye.
everybody. Good night. Good night.
Bye.